Miami Dolphins. Did the Miami Dolphins get better? This is what's being talked about today by the Miami Herald. Uh, and really, everything is a wash to me except the cornerback and safety spot. We lost big time on Jalen Ramsey, okay? But it seemed like we were going to lose him anyway. So if you can get yourself to the point where you're like, all right, Jalen Ramsey's gone. What can we get? What can we get for Jalen Ramsey? All right. You can't be mad that we get Minkah Fitzpatrick back. And that's a hard one because it's like, well, we already had Fitzpatrick. But it's a whole different system, new people, all that type of stuff. So at least we got a safety out of it. So the safety, we lost Javon Holland and Jordan Poyer, but we got Minkah Fitzpatrick, and a couple other guys that are going to be kind of, to me, anyone can really win that spot right now. But Fitzpatrick will be on the field. He's going to be a big-time hitter. He's going to break up passes, and he's a solid veteran, probably at the peak right now. So we'll take that. I mean, you can't say that it's great that you lose Jalen Ramsey and you get Minkah Fitzpatrick. It's not a great situation. But if you can get to the point where you're like, okay, we already lost Ramsey. What can we get for him? That's not a bad deal. Then, of course, the tight end swap with Jonnu Smith and Darren Waller. But the whole season comes down to the fact is we don't know if we're going to be 14-3 or 3-14. Right now, the big problem is the cornerback spot. Of course, you lose Jalen Ramsey and Kendall Fuller. Now you got Artie Burns, Kendall Sheffield, and Jason Marshall Jr. And the first question you should be asking is, who? Who? We can't go into the season in this situation, or we're going to get torched on the corners. Tackling on the outside could potentially be a big problem. And it's not to say any of these guys can't step up. Okay, you still got Kohu in the mix as well. More of a nickelback, dimeback, whatever. But can he start on the outside? Will that even be, it's going to have to all play out, but we need another corner with a decent name, and those names are starting to evaporate quickly. And this is where the problem now lies for Greer and GM and head coach Mike McDaniel. We don't know if we're going to be 3-14 or 14-3. And if we don't get off to a good start, like let's just say 4-1, 5-2, 5-3, something like that, the Boo Birds are going to be out, and there might be some people laying down. I hate to say that because it's the NFL, but there's been a lot that's happened in this offseason, and people getting on the mic and things like that and talking about the Dolphins aren't organized. Obviously, you heard Samuel Sr. say that it's being run like a little league team. All these are words. Like in football, if you haven't played football and you played another sport, you might get it. If you never played football, it's hard to understand. But if you played football, you 100% get it. There's all this going on before the season for all 32 teams, right? There's just all this. Your job is to turn off that noise. That's why they put headphones on, right? And we got to focus. And nobody knows what's going to happen when the season starts. We know that the Eagles and the Chiefs are supposed to be good. Probably will be good. Might be back in the Super Bowl. Other than those two probable givens, which that's still a big probable, okay? That could go sideways for one of those two teams quick. That's the NFL. But those two are probably going to be good. Everyone else, we don't know. Everything else is a toss-up. We really don't know. Schedules and matchups and all that's going to be a big deal. But I do know for the Miami Dolphins, those cornerbacks, minus Kader Kohu, we can't go into the season with just those guys. Because you got to figure someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to miss a few games. Now you're going deeper into those names. It's not good. One of those three will stick out, but can't go in with all three of those fighting for two cornerback spots. It's just not. It's not a good situation, and that's where it's at.